Alright. Poison Tight, official remix. What's up, worms? Are you ready? Get set for the coolest bad boy broadcasting on your internet's irreverent one, but always stay relevant. Check your perspective, or she'll tell you to get back. Set it into the digiverse, you'll be a has-been. Level up, rookie, or you'll never be a champion. The team strong, drip, flex, vital bracelet on. You're doomed if she ever hears you speak, it'll be on. Up against Canada, you better bring your A game. You'll get cut to pieces like a flash animation frame. Prime content, you get hit from all angles. Like the crew, make it rain when they drop the bingle bangles. Let's go.
Everybody tune in, it's a toxic cure stream. Everybody shut your mouth, it's a toxic cure stream.
Yep.
All them bad opinions on the toxic cure stream. Plus a nice healthy dose of rage and feral YC scream.
Come on. Going live on stream, I should probably mention this food criminal will need an intervention. Skinny or chicken nuggies, people freak out with tears spilled. Then you wash it all down with the big glass of cheese. Come to every stream to see the one true gamer. Nothing more lame than wannabe Pokemon tamers. While all the claims to date have been represented loosely. Sit you here, watch and subscribe to Spooky Sushi. Out.
Everybody tune in, it's a toxic cure stream. Everybody shut your mouth, it's a toxic cure stream.
Yeah.
All them bad opinions on the toxic cure stream. Plus a nice healthy dose of rage and feral YC. Everyone tuning in, it's a toxic cure stream.
Worms up.
It's a toxic cure stream. All them bad opinions on the toxic cure stream. Plus a nice healthy dose of rage and feral YC.
Wazzy on the mic, I'm like a verbal assassin. I cannot read that name, and you know I ain't asking. They try to diagnose your art host, but I'm 5 apples tall, I don't need to boast. Flashes on your screen, so you better not swim. Cause toxic's top tier, but no one in mid, yo!
Everybody tune in, it's a toxic cure stream. Everybody shut your mouth, it's a toxic cure stream. All them bad opinions on the toxic cure stream. Plus a nice healthy dose of rage and feral YZ. Everyone tuning in, it's a toxic cure stream. And they never complain, it's a toxic cure stream.
Yeah.
All them bad opinions on the toxic cure stream. Plus a nice healthy dose of rage and feral
What?
YZ. Feral YZ screams. Feral YZ screams. Feral YZ screams. Feral YZ screams.
Alright. Poison Tight, official remix. What's up, worms? Are you ready? Get set for the coolest bad boy broadcasting on your internet's irreverent one, but always stay relevant. Check your perspective, or she'll tell you to get back. Set it into the digiverse, you'll be a has-been. Level up, rookie, or you'll never be a champion. The team strong, drip, flex, vital bracelet on. You're doomed if she ever hears you speak, it'll be on. Up against Canada, you better bring your A game, or you'll get cut to pieces like a flash animation frame. Prime content, you get hit from all angles. Like the crew, make it rain when they drop the bingle bangles. Let's go.
Everybody tune in, it's a toxic cure stream. Everybody shut your mouth, it's a toxic cure stream.
Yep.
All them bad opinions on the toxic cure stream. Plus a nice healthy dose of rage and feral YC scream.
Come on.
Hello, you dehydrated fucks, and welcome to stream. It's me, Wazzy, live somehow. How am I live? I don't know. I fucking woke up with no goddamn voice, and I'm trying to push my way through it because the fucking Game Awards almost killed me, but that's between me and the Game Awards. A little bit loud. Little bit loud. Let's turn that down just a little bit. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. Hi. Welcome in. Let me welcome you guys in, and then I'll talk about today's game, and then we'll do some stuff. Are you guys ready? Okay, of course you're ready. Shut up. Ahem. Hello, Dobby. Hello. Oh, Gunter. Hello, Ace. Hello, Pinky. Hello, Kakashi. Hello, Segween. Hello, Trek Chaos Dragoon. And hello, Steve is dead. And of course, hello, lurkers. Welcome everybody to stream. Everybody get in, strap on your little buckles on your fucking belts and everything. We're gonna be playing Death and Faeology. Now this dev actually has 2 games out, Death and Faeology and Ukami Okami. I rated somebody playing Ukami Okami last night, but we're playing Death and Faeology because I want to solve a murder mystery, but that's just me. Yeah, anyway. Still part of the fucking Choose Wisely Festival, and all that fun shit. Let me see what you guys say. Hey bots, the Game Awards was fun, and I'm here and cold as fuck, currently at the end of my walk with my dog, but I totally didn't eat shit on ice earlier. Don't look into that. They ate shit on ice earlier. What did the drummer call his twin daughters? Anna 1, Anna 2. Chaos Dragoon, come back with a better joke! Once again, I go on late lunch at just in time for the Wazmeister General. Nobody's ever called me Wazmeister. I have many nicknames, but Wazmeister is not one of them. Also, hi, Ballistic Beast. Hi, Yato. Welcome in. So this game looks real pretty, and the developer nicely gave me a walkthrough, so in case I get stuck on a puzzle, I have a handy-dandy little thing to help me get through the puzzle. It's because they, like, it's like they looked at me and went, that bitch don't know how to solve a murder. I'm a better joke. Come back with me. God damn it, Saint Queen! Joke. Anyway, yeah. This is just the demo of it. The full game is not yet out, but you can wishlist it on Steam if you want. The link is up in the tippity top. And I'm just gonna jump into a new game. I get to have my own name. Oh, all right. I'm in. Proceed. My name is Wazzy. All right, cool. Perfect. All right. I know very little about this game. I looked very little into it before I got into it, because I want to be surprised. I look very little into every game, pretty much. I don't know why. I feel my blind reactions are better, but, you know, if you guys are like, Wazzy, we really wish you knew what the fuck you were doing when you started a game, I will start doing that. Oh, thanks for a Widow Headpad. I'll take that. All right, let's get into it. Grading first-year assignments can be such an exercise in patience. Oh, yeah, children don't know how to fucking write. Fuck them kids. I have to remind myself that Faeology is a relatively recent science, only a couple decades old. Oh, I'm a Faeology teacher. I got it. Okay, cool. Fairies, don't go in their circles. They'll steal your clothes or something. This university, the only Faeology university in the whole country, was just finished being built in 1905. Oh, 1905? They are. Oh, hi, Char, what's up? It's still barely acknowledged in the academic field. It's like Pokemon. When Pokemon first happened, did you know Pokemon professors weren't a real thing yet? More importantly, I've got to keep in mind that children inherit their parents' prejudices and misconceptions. I'm gonna join a fairy cult. God damn it, Steve! Stop joining cults! This is like, what, your sixth cult? I feel like you've been in 5 before this. I don't know. The human world has formed its own notion of fairies. Yeah, they're evil. Alas, I find myself unable to suppress a big sigh every time I read references to poisoned apples ushering princesses into eternal sleep. That's witches, these stupid idiots! As a reference to the... Cottingley fairies is one I can understand, since it was quite a sensation not long ago. Although it would be clear in the eyes of a renowned Faeologists and the photographs were mere imitations. Oh my god, are they talking about that one time that girl got pictures of a fairy and it turned out they were just pictures from, like, they cut out from a storybook and put beside her? Is that what they're talking about? Because okay, I don't remember that because it was old-timey, but I know about that. I'm so close to having enough points for nothing. 3 officially, but the jury's out on what will happen next. I mean, technically, this is kind of like a cult. A pity that Sir Doyle was taken in by it. Sir Conan Doyle? Renowned author Conan Doyle? Is that right? I don't know why that name comes to mind, but is that... Hold on, I gotta Google something real quick. Hold on, I gotta Google something. Sir Doyle. Yeah! Sir Conan Doyle, renowned British writer and physician. I knew things. Yeah, no, that's right. That's the guy. 1905, a good year when Google's in panic. Good year when Einstein published a paper including special relativity. I will snack and hydrate. Thank you, Ballistic Beast. Oh, and also stretch. The author of Sherlock Holmes. He wrote Sherlock Holmes? Is he the dude that took the fairy picture? I know the fairy picture they're talking about. Anyway, I gotta cram this in my mouth. Well, Ozzy had knowledge. I told you guys, I am so smart outside of here. Whatever happens, I sometimes just hit the go live, but oh, we're on ads now. Anyway, I hit the go live button and all my intelligence just fades from my body it just like zaps out of me. Like the one brain cell was used to press the go live button and then I'm left with no brain cell. It's a very terrible time in my opinion, but you know what? We're here, we're live. It is whatever. What can I talk about while we're on ads? Oh, I'll talk about Game Awards. That's nonsense. We all watched that together last night. We watched the Game Awards together last night, and Expedition did a really good job, like I knew it would. What other important things do we gotta talk about? That was a very long stream, and it was very weird for me. Can I just actually, I'm gonna take my 2 minutes to talk about why that was so weird for me. So, like, there is a difference between, like, streaming Wazzy and real Wazzy. Like, not, like, the line is blurring and it's getting a little sus. But, like, for the most part, like, I just mostly say jokes to myself to cheer myself up. But the fact that I had, like, an audience, listening to me react to the game, it was very weird for me. I don't know how, like, React streamers and shit do that, because I was just... That was a very weird event for me. Because, like, part of me was like, yes, I should make jokes that people... Like, but there was a lot of jokes I held back because I was like, crew won't like this joke. So it was a very... weird event. I never thought people would want like me reacting to shit as a thing. So it was weird for me. I don't know if it was weird for you guys. Oh my god, I didn't take my medicine this morning. I didn't take any of my pills this morning. I just realized this is sitting here untaken. Oh my god. Fuck. Anyway, I had a great time. It was really fun with everybody pointing out dogs and stuff. It was really, I had a great time because I liked pointing out the dogs and reacting, but it's very weird for me. It's still weird to me to be like, oh, I have a crew kind of thing. Because, like, yeah, you are my crew, but, like, I don't know, it's weird. Sorry, give me a minute. I gotta put water in my mouth before I put the pill in my mouth, or else I can't swallow it. This is the pill that's keeping me alive right now, because it's a fucking A27. What the fuck is this? What the fuck am I even taking? Maybe I should read my medication. It's a complete liquid capsule combo pack duo partique capsules liquid de completes. Day formula relieves headache, fever, minor aches, pains, cough, nasal and chest congestion, plus mucus relief, non-drowsy. Soulage les marques d'etete, la ferve, les marques et les delos, liger, la tox, et la congestion nasale et throatical. Basically, it's a Tylenol Complete, but the store brand. Store brand Tylenol Complete is what I'm taking. I haven't taken any of my other pills, but that's later Wazzy's problem. Anyway, we're back from ads, so now I can continue on the story. It's fun, Wazzy. I passed out. I'm sad I missed it, but I needed to go to bed. That's fair. I should take fairy pictures for my OnlyFans. You should, Steve. Did the host of the Game Awards fuck Miss Piggy? Of course he did. And I can't believe I called it. Everybody was there and can vouch for me that I was like, you know what would be fun at the Game Awards? Miss Piggy. And then literally like 20 minutes later, Miss Piggy walked out. And I was like, what the fuck? It was great. I did a terrible Miss Piggy impression. I had a great time. Anyway, I had to take a break. The grading session has taken me on quite a tangent. My beloved Oz. Look at them leggies. I swear to God, if any of you say wood, I will fucking come out of this screen. I suppose having a fairy companion does give one an advantage in identifying genuine fairies. Ace, I swear to God. Sanguine, I swear to God. Dobby, Yato, stop it. I'd say a break is in order, wouldn't you, Oz? Oz responds through trills that I've learned to interpret over the decades I've known them. Wait, if the school was only a decade, and I've known this fairy for decades, then that means I've known the fairy longer than the fairy school. The Cluckingly fairies again. I'm gonna look this up because I swear I know this. This is a picture of a little girl with like 3 fairies around her, and they're actually pictures from a fairy book. Yeah, it is! It fucking is! That's this! That's this! Oh, I'm on the wrong screen for you guys. That's this! I know this! These are actually pictures from a picture book, and people thought it was real. I know exactly what they're talking about. I fucking know exactly what they're fucking talking about. I'm losing my damn mind. Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm a real person. Yes, and Princess's eternal slumber due to... Oh, yes, and Princess's eternal slumber due to poisoned apples. Which, again, is witches, not fairies. We don't care much for human princesses. Thanks, Oz. But making poisoned apples is rather easy feat. Shall I turn one of them into a toad in front of the whole class to show you that fae folk are capable of more than that? At the same time, showing them that not all fairies are a friendly bunch. Let me just kill your students! Wouldn't it be rad if we magic school busted this and killed a kid on Mars? Oz, calm down. I can't help but chuckle at the thought of that. Yeah, Arnold did kill himself in the first episode of Magic School Bus. That fancy moth gonna make me act up. And what are they like? Chubbed. I'm chubbed up. I believe some might just quit that same day if you do that. And besides, if other Faeologists get a hold of your existence, who knows what they'd do to you? No one said it, so I guess I will. Look at them feet. Feet for free. Steve! You're banned! Chances are high that people will try to pin you to a corkboard and vivisect you. Vivisect you. Which I'm gonna guess is like bisect or dissect, but vi times. Funny story about this. What, a moth ate you? Vivisect. That's not a fucking word, baby Dr. Liam. I would never let that happen. That's good that I'm nice to my little fairy friend. I've always appreciated you pursuing Faeology to ensure that. It's the least I could do. Is this fairy indebted to me? Like, did I save it from, like, a fucking, like, fly trap or some shit? We've known each other since I was 7. You saved me countless times since then. Okay, so I'm at least 27. Just a doctor wants they know words. I got the premise of this game on my wish list mixed up with another premise of a book with a similar-ish name on a book on my wish list. And I was so confused when I got the library, got the other Faeology book, and I started reading it without rereading the premise. Wazzy, I'm not bullshitting you.
Well, you could have let me bleed to death when you found me.
Oh yeah, I did save him! I would never. I can hear the delightful melody of chirps laced with a touch of whimsy. It just makes me feel a tad fizzy. It seems that even the laugh of a fairy possesses some magical quality.
Well, you're on break. Isn't there something else on your agenda this afternoon?
Right, Mr. Henkel's letter. Thanks for reminding me. Ahem, I retrieved the letter from my patron from a desk drawer. I lean back in my chair and read the missive out loud to myself. Dear Wazzy, that me, how long are you going to keep me in suspense? Or will you not accompany me to this year's Leo's Gala? I could do a lot worse than forgetting your boring books for a... You could do a lot worse than forgetting your boring books for a moment in favor of whiling away an evening with champagne and champagnes and invigorating company. And when I say invigorating, I'm not speaking about those old sods with deep pockets ready to be exploited by way of funding grants for your research. I'm speaking, of course, of yours truly. Oh my God, a romance where I'm the one getting rizzed up. Do write me sometime before Saturday.
That's tomorrow's date, isn't it?
Oh, I know. My delay in responding is entirely by design, I assure you. I'm making them wait for it, whoever this mysterious suitor is. I hate to be getting looks from the crowd like I'm a wet blanket. Faeology isn't worth my dough, they'd say. Oz's replying chirp is decidedly indignant. I nod to Oz in agreement before returning to Mr. Henkel's letter. In other news, I've heard that little Ruthie Byleth, I'm just gonna call them Byleth, caused a minor ruckus in the city's hottest speakeasy. If your old friend Detective Croce hasn't been in the area at the time as well, who knows what could have happened? Where's up the moth, Twink? No! Happens more single hot fairy girls in my area. I find myself rather perturbed at this revelation. I would have telephoned Ruthie and asked what the story was, like when we were children. However, for better or worse, we aren't on friendly terms anymore. Oh no. Oh no. I resume reading my patron's letter. Speaking of the detective, have you two been keeping in contact? He gave me the cold shoulder when I crossed paths with him at the last week's benefit. I couldn't help but presuming his persistently frosty treatment of me might have had something to do with you. It's unfortunate that the extensive bonds you have with him should end in a rather bitter taste. As you've told me more than once, when it was good, there was nothing else quite like it. Why are you... Whoa! 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 Am I fucking several people? Yet you speak very little of him now, and I find myself wondering if he still holds a place in that guarded heart of yours. Oh my God, I'm being so rizzed up right now. The letter is signed, Yours Everlasting, Oscar Henkley. Oh, Oscar! I'm down for Oscar. Let's fucking do this. Show me Oscar. I'm down for this guy. Well, I've kept Mr. Henkley waiting long enough. I press pen to a fresh sheet of paper to commence crafting a response. Just then, a familiar rhythmic rapping pierces the silence. I glance in the direction of Oz, but they're nowhere to be seen. Oz must have camouflaged themselves in a heartbeat. I put Mr. Henkley's letter in the drawer before calling out. Come in, Minnie. Oh, hello, Minnie. You're adorable. Can I date you? She's careful to snap the door shut behind her.
Professor.
Yes, Minnie?
Were you talking to yourself again?
Yeah, you know me. Old Wazzy talks to self.
I see.
Sometimes I wonder what she must have thought while hearing me mumble sounds of me speaking with Oz. but she knows not to when to poke her nose into things. One of the things I like about her, also, what makes her the bee's knees when becoming an assistant. Oh, she's the bee's knees! I forgot we're in 1905. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but he's here. Whomst? That police detective from the newspaper. The police detective? Even as I echo these two words, there's a sinking feeling in my stomach. You know, the man who made you crumple the papers and toss them in the trash can? In the end, we had to stop our subscription for the dailies. Detector Theodore Kraus? Yes, that's the one. Knowing Theo is here is only making my world go momentarily off kilt. It's as if, by magic of fairy tales I malign, the ink of my patron's letter has manifested him into the reception area. It's the police. Forget Oscar. Fuck the moth. It's the right thing to do. Can't you tell him I'm out delivering a lecture on the far side of campus or something? That depends. Is that lie going to deter this man? Fuck! No, I know if we end up with two Mothmen, the world will end. Oh, that's right. An astute question. She is truly wise beyond her years. I want to date her. Probably not. He'd happily traverse the entire campus just to torment me, I'm guessing. All right, let this cop in. Fucking cop. With a brisk nod, Minnie returns to the reception area. Ooh. I barely have time for a steadying breath before Theo barges in. He drops a box on my desk right off the bat. Wow, what a bitch. Dojima-ass bitch. What is this? Why is he in my office? Why has he given me my stuff back? Well, well, well. Look who the cat dragged in. Not even a how do you do, just a box on my fucking desk? No, don't fall to his charms, crew. He's a cop. What? No niceties suddenly mean something to you? Oh, wait, what? Do niceties suddenly mean something to you? I gotta learn to read. I seem to recall you packing your bags and moving out without so much as a goodbye. Oh my god, my jilted ex-lover. God, fuck Theo. Sorry, crew, I didn't mean to cough in your ear. There was no one to say goodbye to, Theo. You were never home. Didn't you find out I left only a few days later? At least I made it easier for you to leave, didn't it? Man, there's a tinge of hurt in his voice that I'm only able to pick up on because we lived together for several months. As my mouth struggles to catch the words hanging in the air, I feel the piercing, icy silence creeping in. I ought to break the silence before I freeze. What's in the box? He lets out a deep sigh that rather sounds like relief. Your things that somehow you didn't take with you when you left. That oddly crafted handkerchief you loved so much. Oh my god, he's bringing me my shit back. How nice of him. Ah. Oh no, I did it, officer. I'm the guilty one. Cuff me, bad cop. God damn it, Steve, you're not joining another cult. That handkerchief was a gift for you, you son of a bitch! I see the corner of his mouth twitch. He's lying. What should I do with this information? Oh, no, I'm turning him down. I'm gonna look in the box. I'm gonna look. I'm taking the fucking handkerchief for me. You know what? Fine. You don't want my cool handkerchief? I'm taking it for me. I quickly stretch my hand out for the box, yet just as fast in catching my wrist before I can open it. Hey, this cop! Hey! I'm being abused by cops! What's the thing you say when cops are attacking you? There's a word for this. There's a word for cop things. I can't remember what it is. But there's a word. I withdraw my hand from his grip swiftly, like a startled bird soaring into the sky. Police brutality! Thank you! Thank you, crew! Police brutality! No, Steve! Not her, Daddy! This is my ex-lover who left me! Or I left him, I guess. That truly caught me off guard. I'd forgotten what his hand feels like. I was only kidding, although you really haven't changed much, have you? You just went straight for it. Yeah, I want my shit back. Fuck you. Get out of my office. I'm a busy Faeologist. He sounds amused and slightly pleased, as if he just confirmed the accuracy of one of his deductions. Neither have you, bitch. I gotta see this Oscar guy to see if I want to fuck him more. I threw all of it away right after you vanished. He says with a subtle squint in his left eye, another lie telling of his. I can't help but sigh at his antics. Of course you did. So what's really in the box? Want to take a guess? No! I asked! God, I fucking hate that. I fucking hate when you're like, hey, what's in this? And somebody goes, guess. And I'm so bad at guessing. A puppy? I don't know. I do have an idea. Knowing him, he'd sooner face the whole Al Capone gang by himself than take their bullets before coming to visit me. Was Al Capone a thing in 1905? Al Capone. When was this man? When was this man? Oh, man, in 1905, he was a thing. Okay, historical accuracy. This must be way more important than our poignant history. What's in the box? I recall there's a song about this. It's my dick in a box. If it's his dick, I'm gonna be so mad. Case evidence? I've seen boxes like this one before, but never quite so large. Oh my God! He's got a huge dick in a box. Is it the complete works of Weird Al? Is it Rick Astley's never gonna give you up? Is Rick Astley never gonna give you up in that box? Is it a fox in a box with socks and green eggs and ham? It's a really big case, isn't it? This is all just dick innuendos. He's got the one piece. He nods. It's the biggest of my career. And to come to me of all people, you must be really at your wit's end about this. He looks away as if trying to hide how galling the circumstances at hand are. Truth be told, I'd rather face the whole Al Capone gang and take their bullets than have to see you again. I fucking know! I deduced that earlier, idiot! Gee, that stings a little. Wait, his huge dink? But whose is it? Where did it come from? So why would you... Hold on a minute. It's about fairies, isn't it? You think this has some sort of connection to fairies? He flicks his tongue in exasperation, like a fucking snake. Oh my, it seems I've hit the bullseye. We stopped talking about fairies at some point when we were still together. Those talks always led to a heated discussion at the end and then into arguments because nothing I could say could change his skepticism. Fuck, I can't read. Towards mystical beings. This is certainly the chance to tease him about it, though it might be unwise considering the emotional peril he must have gone through to get here. No, fuck it! Fuck it! Tease this man! If this man's gonna show up with a box of shit and be like, yo, it's the handkerchief you gave me, I'm ruining this man's life. I'm gonna ruin this man's life. What should I do next? I'm gonna tease him. Fuck yeah, I don't even got a second think about it. I don't give a shit. Oh, this must be killing you. Mr. I don't believe in things I can't see. He lets out a loud and sharp exhale, this time with a touch of indignation. Dry up, will you? I still don't believe they exist. I've been running around in circles with this case. For all I know, the perpetrators could just be magicians playing tricks. But then I remembered the crazy stuff a loony of a formerly betrothed once told me, and my hunch got stronger. And I ended up here. Seemed like I touched a nerve. Now I'm ruining your life, Theodore. Nobody leaves Wazzy P. Toxicure on red. Fucking nobody! Anyway, he must have been under a lot of pressure if he talks a blue streak like this. This case must be on big. My mistake. I guess I got a little carried away there.
Can you remember the
So what
tallest
makes
man
this
you've ever
case
seen?
so significant? What do you think it relates? Why do you think it relates to fairies? Are you even allowed to tell me? I hear the sound of a chuckle beneath, under the breath like a bolt from the blue. For a brief moment, his gaze on mine seems to revert how it used to be, until the seriousness returns to his face. Not even mad. Was he? I learned you couldn't even read when you thought vivisect was vivisect. Listen, it is. That's not a real word. They made it up for this. First things first, since I'm leading the investigation, I do have some discretion on what details to divulge and to whom. That is if the confidant can bring value to the investigation. And I've known you for a fact that you could be discreet. Still, I must ask for your sworn secrecy on this matter. Ooh, I'm going on an NDA. You got it. So tell me about the case. Why does it seem to be paramount importance? It's a multiple murder case, potentially perpetrated by a single culprit. The victims are chiefly middle-aged women residing north of the city. From old money families, the type that make regular appearances at high society events. I see. No wonder you're all tensed up. You're telling me. Chief took me off every other case and insisted I put all my time and effort into this. It's only a matter of time until the press catches wind and makes a circus of everything. And with one of the victims' particular manners of death. Peculiar. Sorry, I can't read. He pauses. This is where the fairies came in. He silently stares and sighs. I swear I must be losing my fucking mind. You got this! Now he draws a long, deep breath. 3 of the victims had a manner of death that the unit has never seen or heard of before. The strangest case is the one where the body seemingly hardened into a bony tissue overnight. Oh, shit! Her corpse almost looked like a carved wooden statue. What a fucking rough way to die. Oh, I've heard of something like that before. Of course you have. I frown at him. Don't start now. He clears his throat unabashedly. Without finding out what caused these deaths, and more importantly, who did this, the press could spin the stories out of control. I don't want to imagine the look on the victims' families' faces when the papers are making a razz about these poor women's death. Wazi, vivisect is a surgery conducted for experimental purposes on a living organism. Like a fucking lobotomy? Besides, what kind of depraved, sick bastard goes around murdering women in such a way? We gotta do it the old-fashioned way, by strangling. That's the man's way of murder. This city's running on fumes. Crime's becoming more rampant day by day. People wouldn't have to look over their shoulder every night. It's no way to live. Even as he lapses into silence, I say nothing. It's not just the city. The rise in crime is bleeding him dry, too. Yet I assume of what words would soothe those who are fighting it on the front line. I've never been where they are. The frown lines between his eyebrows grow deeper. You know, considering the victim's background and having these murders being exaggerated in the paper would pressure the families to insist on closing the case as soon as possible. No matter the cost, no matter who's to blame. You're right, innocent people are going to bear the brunt for this. What a terrible situation. I feel my stomach turning. My arms cross on instinct, trying to hold down my own disquieted I don't know this word. Liam, what the fuck is this word? Lobotomy is a different thing. We don't know what that... We know what that does to a person. Also, hi, McWiggle. Hi, McWiggle! Is there anything you can do? I'm just one man. Try as I might, can't keep these rotten police brass from lining their pockets. Nothing but a pack of lowlifes in high places. He exhales sharply, his voice laced with contempt. Then he fell into silence yet again. Similarly, words seem to have abandoned me, and I can't shake this feeling of helplessness crawl under my skin. After a minute, he meets my eyes once more. Well, you're a good listener. Better than most. He curls his lips into almost a smile. I don't mind at all. Thanks. He clears his throat once more. All right, let's get down to brass tacks. This box includes case files, crime scene photos, a couple of blood samples, which I was able to request to bring to you, and other several pieces of evidence. It is 1905. We are on detective version of, ew, blood, mop that up. Now back to my hunch. Other than the strange manners of death, I've said, the forensics was puzzled by the blood samples. They're not red like we intended. How far had blood technology gone at this point? How so? One of them doesn't contain iron. Oh my God, the fairies are stealing the iron from people's blood because they don't like iron. Why is Theodore looking like Dexter Morgan? Listen, I don't know. Wait, did we know that by then, that blood had iron? Einstein was just a guy at this point. I will stretch and hydrate and also snack. Thank you. Nothing surprises you, does it? I mean, it could. Well, about this particularly. I'd bring up something from my fairy books, but you'd always find a way to deny it. Wait, I gotta have my little snack. I like the piano in this, anyway. You're right about that. I'm still investigating the possibility of an unknown drugs or poison that somehow caused these oddities. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's probably fine. But I'd be a fool not to go after my hunches and look into all possibilities. What about robbery? It's ruled out. No fingerprints, no evidence of breaking in, and nothing had been stolen. Peter looks like he knows the magic trick of turning cold beer into domestic violence. He probably does. It's probably why I left him. And motives? Revenge? I mean, Einstein has nothing to do with this, but also around 1905, so Einstein could have already published his paper with special relativity. What does that have to do with blood? We're still interviewing the city elites, looking for possible motives. I'm going to be honest, you guys. The concept of time is confusing to me, and not just because we went through COVID, but because, like, I don't know what the 1700s were. I don't know what the Middle Ages are. I don't know what these things mean. You could be like, this is World War II, and I wouldn't understand a goddamn thing about it. Like, I don't understand. Like, when were flapper girls? When were things? You brought up Einstein. It has nothing to do with blood. Yeah, but they mentioned him. He was here. Anyway, we're looking for motives. But it takes time. You know how it is. Yes, of course. They're very busy. Speaking of elites, I know people who can be very helpful in getting some inside information. His expression turned sour and at full tilt. Who? That man? I said people, but yes, that man would be particularly helpful in this matter. He scoffs brazenly and doesn't even try to hide it. Even at the first meeting with Mr. Hinckley, there was some inexplicable tension between the two. Oh my God, 2 men are fighting over me. This has never happened to me before in my life. Oh my God. Oh my God. 2 men are fighting. His face turned sour. When did he turn into Sour Lad? 20s for flappers. Boy, those girls played it fast and loose. But is that now times? I have no idea. Anyway, 2 men are fighting over me. But I just want my hot assistant Minerva. Theo said something about Mr. Henkel feeling off and always hated it when I had something to do with him. Though it might just be jealousy in disguise. You know I'm right. Even if he's barely in the newspaper, he's most likely at the pinnacle of high society. And I don't think he'll mind if I ask him a few things about this. Why, of course, he's always got a soft spot for you. He'll probably carrying a torch for you for so long, judging by the way he follows you everywhere. Well, he happened to be interested in Faeology and has lots of money to allow its development. He pays for me. He buys me things, Theo. Shit you never did. Look at you, all ready to defend him. What, are you two an item now? Maybe we are, Theo. I might have steered this reunion right back to where we were months ago by bringing up Mr. Henkel. But it was necessary to mention him. I don't know anybody else who would have that much information about high society. Besides, there's never really been anything, even if we did go to fundraising events together from time to time. It was strictly business. Yet again, Theo seems to lose his reason whenever we talk about Mr. Henkley. I don't have the time or energy to argue with him. What should I do? I'm gonna explain the truth. We're not anything, dude. We go to fundraising events from time to time, but these are work. I got to get money for my research from somewhere, you know. Our relationship is strictly business. For now, Theo, but you better watch your back. Grip his dick and twist it. He gives me a dirty look. Sure, I believe you. No, he fucking doesn't. Besides, what I do with him is none of your fucking beeswax. His voice becomes even more irritated. That's right, it's none of my concern. Do whatever you want with him. Just make sure he can keep his mouth shut about the case. I can't help but groan at this turn of events. I will. While we're on this subject of useful allies, you mentioned before about blood doesn't contain iron. I could take a blood sample to the university's chemist. She's good at what she does. And she's from a rich family. She might know some of the victims, or their families at least. I trust your judgment. I take it you agree to help me with this case? That's right. There are lives at stake, and I, a simple Faeologist, will solve the mystery. He lets out a soft smile, as though in quiet agreement with what I said. Thank you. Well, if you think it'll be helpful, you can even ask people you mention what they know using the evidence items. But all the case files are for your eyes only. Understood. He's fallen silent somehow, leaving an uncomfortable hush in the air once more. Suddenly, a realization comes to mind. Does this mean you're willing to hear about fairies? About Faeology? That depends. If this was indeed a fairy's doing, and through your investigation you can provide solid theories on 3 things. The culprit, their method of murder, and their motives. They're fairies. They don't give a shit about humans. They'll eat you the iron right out of your blood. Supported by evidence, of course. I'm sticking with the idea there's a logical explanation. An earthly one for now. That's fair enough. I'd wager that we have approximately 24 hours to get some sort of answer. An answer that makes sense. That's not a lot of time, motherfucker. I feel the papers are getting close to the story. While you're investigating this lead, I'll look further into unusual drugs and poisons. How about it, Faeologist? Dare to take on this challenge? I already said I did. Do I? I mean, I'll help even without being challenged. I'm a nice guy. Even without being challenged, I'll still help you, you know. He stares at me impassively. Of course I know. Well, if you need anything from me, you could just ring me. Very well. If you liked me, then you should have put a ring on me. Once he's on the floor crying for his mommy in pain, I'll beat him to death with a shoe. I don't think that's how fairies kill. But you need to promise me that you'll not just hear me out, but also keep an open mind on fairy topics if I succeed in what you ask. I promise. But I can't promise not to scoff from time to time. I guess that's good enough. I gotta get going. Maybe this will be an opportunity for you to increase Faeology's credibility in the eyes of the academics. Maybe it will be. Seems like some detective has been following the tiny part of Faeology in the newspaper. Says you. The one who had to stop the daily paper subscription just because some detective kept getting the headlines. How do you... Before I could finish, he's walked towards the door and opened it. See you tomorrow around the same time. All right, crew, we've got 24 hours to solve a motherfucking murder. I hear the door closed. Hey! I exclaim without a hint of frustration. After some thought, I realize he must have noticed the missing newspaper on my desk and my assistant's. Reading papers was part of my daily routine when we were together. I can only shake my head in disbelief. He hasn't changed much either. After reminiscing about a few moments of our past relationship, Oz reveals himself again, now that we're alone. That was quite the reunion! It was quite the reunion indeed, Oz. He hasn't changed at all, has he? I suppose. Oz, why didn't you just reveal yourself to him so that he would be like, oh man, fairies do exist? Although you don't have an obligation to help him. I know, but I've already agreed. Very well, just don't overwork yourself. Yeah, thanks, Oz. All right, I find myself drifting into thoughts. Can I open the box yet? A victim's manner of death, hardening of the bony tissue. Could be one of the fairy curses. Ossification. If only I could ask Oz whether fairy was behind this and which one, but it's not that simple. Even if they are my long-term companions, fairies have their own rules about exchanging favors, and they are secretive about their land, too. A favor like that doesn't come cheap. Listen, does he like apples? At least I'm stocked up on milk and honey for small requests. Speaking of requests, I should get started on my reply to my patron's letter. No, I want to look at the box! I don't care about this old man anymore! I got a box to open! I got a murder to solve. For some reason, he seems to be more insistent this time that I come with him to the gala. I retrieve the paper and pen and I mumble to myself as I write. Dear Mr. Hinckley, I hope your recent forays into high society have proven more fruitful than they have in... Should I be hyperbolic? Yes. In the centuries you've been roaming amongst their lavish ranks. Believe it or not, I've been considering whether the merits of trying to impress the wealthiest folk of the city outweigh the oblivious indignities. You first brought up the possibility of my accompanying you to the annual Lyos gala a couple months ago. I'm still weighing my options. How do you want to play this? I'll be coy. 2 men are chasing after me for the first time in my life. Be coy, Wazzy. You shall know my answer, definitely, if you find me on your arm for the evening of the event. About Ruthie, I can't say I'm surprised to hear about her latest flirtations with disaster. Since we were both toddlers, she's frequently found herself in trouble. Oh, Ruthie! Her fiery personality doesn't help her get out of quarrels. Are any of you named Ruth? That is a dope-ass name. It's like ruthless. I would love to telephone her and ask her how she's doing, but we drifted apart a long time ago. Nevertheless, I'm glad to hear Theo was there to smooth things over for her. Now I've arrived on the topic of Theo, the detective, or Detective Kraus, my patron refers to. I suppose his query was meant to uncover whether I still care for Theo. How should I answer? Oh, no! I don't even know what this man looks like yet. He's got money, though. Oh, man! What are my thoughts to this, crew? Do I fuck the detective or do I fuck the man in the letter? Or do I say, no, me and my fairy friend are doing everything together forever? Best friends for life. The fairy. I will... Listen, he and I are old news. As for Theo, I've long since stopped dwelling on him. I've thought of him as a relic of the past, and I feel no regret in it having ended it when it did. Upon signing it off, I seal the letter with wax. Then I turn towards my trusted fairy. Oz, can I please trouble you with something? You want me to deliver this letter to your patron, don't you, you son of a bitch? Indeed, time is of the essence here. As always, please take care not to catch anybody's attention. They'll see a floating letter in the air. He'll see it by tomorrow morning, I'm sure. It would be my pleasure. Oh, thank you, Oz. I'm off. Fuck it, Mothman 2. Mothman 2. See you later today. Bye, Oz. All right. He flits out of my office window and vanishes. I feel I needed him for the case, but okay. All right, I call my assistant to my office. I want to fuck Minnie. I want Minnie. Where's the Minnie ending? Yes, Professor? Hold on 1 second. I rifle through the contents of the box. Carefully extract the blood samples that Theo mentioned. They appear to be stored in test tubes. It's just like, they appear to be stored in envelopes. Why did he do this? Would you mind asking Professor Rayford to analyze these blood samples? I'll do that, sure. As I hand the samples to her, I notice she looks like she wants to say something. Over the 2 years we've been working together, I've picked up on a few of her tells. What is it, Minnie? How did it go with the detective? If you don't mind me asking. Oh, not at all. He's the same as always. There's the lingering beef, of course. He smells like beef. But we sort of managed to put it aside for something more important. He has brought me a rather significant case that he suspects might have some supernatural elements, as hard as it was for him to admit. Oh, good for him. I can't help but grin at her remark. I'm glad it didn't end in a shouting match, at least. Yeah, me too. I'll deliver the blood samples now, Professor. Thank you, Minnie. I love Minnie. Minnie hurries out. I'm alone in my office again. Minnie ends up giving you the option of letting the moth watch. She's down with the moth. Remembering the conversation about the case, I'm suddenly engulfed in inexplicable, eerie feelings. I should start the investigation right away. I wanted to start it before I wrote a letter. Okay, drag and drop items onto the inventory desk. Okay, you got it. Select an item from the records, then press the icon to open the inspector and read the insights you've gathered. Okay, however, the magnifying glass above the evidence to access information and see details in it. Okay, got it. Use blacklight to see invisible things. Holy shit, were blacklight's invented by then? Sorry, my voice is still fucked. Read the encyclopedia to gain additional information. Press the button to end the investigation. All right. I'm ready. Record. Okay, here we go. Boom. Case file 1. Let's take a look. How to... Oh, open. How to... I didn't read how to open it. Help, how to open. Okay. Oh, there's many things. Okay. Nope. Okay, no, it's fine. Listen, okay, alright. Susan Moore. Okay, we've got 4 cases. Okay, Audrey Woodbridge. What? Audrey Woodbridge. Okay. I can't open this case file. I feel like an idiot. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Select an item in the records, then press the icon to open the inspector. And read insights you've been gathered. Okay. Okay. Open the inspector. Open! What am I doing wrong, crew? How am I fucking this up? What am I doing wrong? Okay, I took it out of my inventory. That just closes the records. That just changes the page. I thought this would... Ah, there we go. Okay. I think I figured it out. Okay, alright, cool. I think I got this. Okay. Inspector. No, I want to... There we go. Okay. There's nothing in it. What the fuck am I doing wrong? Let me read the case file. What am I fucking doing wrong? I'm reading the fucking guide. What am I fucking doing wrong here? What am I... I did it. Okay, I'm a fucking genius. I figured it out. I'm fucking figured it out. Okay, all right. Name, Audrey Woodage, 51 years old. Got it. Manner of death, hardening into bony tissue. From afar, her corpse looks like a carved wooden statue. Time of death, around 1 p.m. Affluent, middle-aged woman in the city. The victim reported hearing strange noises and seeing phenomenon in the days immediately preceding her death. The interviewing officer suspected, due to the victim's strange behavior, involvement in occult matters. Forensic report. No traces of drug or poisons that could be extracted from the body. Further autopsy is still in progress due to the victim's manner of death. Woldridge. Now that's a familiar name. Okay. The first victim's crime scene. This is the first time I encountered something that could be ossification. I feel sick to my stomach. No one deserves to die like this. Something's odd with her fingers. I've never seen a coin like this. It looks rare. What else do I got? What? Pull out everything I got. Pull out everything I got. Pull out fucking everything. Let's look at everything, whether it's related to this murder or not. So this middle-aged woman in the collared blouse is the victim. I guess this elderly man in the suit is her father. This elderly woman wearing a cardigan is her mother, I suppose. This bespectacled man, perhaps her brother? Okay, how about... So this middle-aged woman is with the pearls is the victim. I guess the elderly man with facial hair is her father. The elderly woman in the fur collar is her mother, I suppose. And the other man in a darker suit is maybe her brother. But these are different women and different... Okay, this is a different case. Okay, this is a different case. What is that? That's the Moore family photo. What case are we on? I fucking forgot to read. Okay, we're on Woolridge. I gotta write things down. Listen, we gotta actually detective this. All right, I'm writing things down. Okay, we are currently on Woolridge. Woolridge is 51. Wood bitch. Okay, her fingers look weird. Okay, we know all this. Okay. She heard strange noises. Okay, records. What is this? That's Susan Moore. Let's put this one back. What's this one? That's the Woolridge family photo. That's her death. Okay. Where's my other shit I had? I had other shit. Oh, I put them all on the table already. Okay, what's this? I've seen this makeup powder somewhere recently. It's from Nectar Bell. This must have belonged to one of them, but which? I wonder which of the owner of the box likes the design carrying it around in her pocket since it's already used up. Perhaps the chemist has some more interesting insight on which one the family owns. Okay. Who is this? This is just random makeup. Okay, what is this? This is an invitation, and this is a ring, but it doesn't say to who. Why don't they label their evidence? Why don't they label their fucking evidence? Okay. A wedding ring. Seems to be made out of gold. All right. I'm gonna... Black light! Oh my god, it glows under black light. How peculiar. Wedding ring that glows under black light, huh? What about this letter? My patron invited me to this event. I'm still uncertain if I want to attend. The annual gala. Formal attire requested. Look at it with the black light! Nothing. Okay, fine. You're clear. All right, cool. The makeup! Look at it with the black light. There's noises being made, but I don't know what that means. Like when I go here, it makes a noise, but I don't know what that means. What about the old coin? Under black light. Oh, it also... Whoa! What's happening? Fuck! This texture looks interesting. It's fairies doing it! It's fool's gold. I have no idea what's happening. It's fool's gold. Alright, put this back in the hole. Alright, that's one case file. We got one case file down. Next case file. Case file 2. Susan Moore. Homies are gonna go back to work, have fun. Bye, Steve. Oh, hi, Dino. Susan Moore. She's 40. Okay, that's fair. She's refusing to drink anything but her own blood. Oh. Okay. That's fucked up. Alright. Affluent middle-aged woman in the city. The victim's mother reported that victim was suffering from a prolonged paranoid episode in the days leading to her death. Specifically, the victim was acting erratic and strange things. Despite their manner of death, there are no signs of dehydration or hemochromatosis. No traces of drug or poisons. Blood type unknown. Other blood related investigations are underway. Blood does not contain iron. Alright, who's this woman? Is this Susan Moore? There she is. The one who drank her own fucking blood. Seems to be the second victim's crime scene. Her complexion is not quite pale hue of death. Far paler than it could be possible. Almost drained of color. Something's odd with her fingers. She's wearing the ring! She's wearing the ring! The ring. A wedding ring. It seems to be made of gold. But why is it glowing? It's glowing like this fool's gold one did. Whoa! 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 What the fuck? I've seen this before. It's a parasitic fae. A failed transformation magic. What the? There's no mistaking it. The structure of the thorax, the antennae curvages, elongated legs, they're exactly the same as the parasitic fae I cataloged several months ago. What happened to you, poor fae? Of course, no response is forthcoming. Where's my Faeology book? Okay, some Faeologists have applied Darwin's theory to natural selection of fae kind. By putting them in the same geological line as insects, especially the blah 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 group, which includes moths and butterflies. This is supported by their similarities of each other. Beneath a black light, some species of butterfly can glow by having a chemical known as phosphorus, which fairies have. The similarities of fairy kind to insect as well as birds. Blah 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 blah. Another kind of fae magic is invisibility. Some faes can transform into living beings, into solid objects, as stone or bone. There are two main factors, the scribes and the warriors. The scribes are known for their defensive magic and their intelligence. The warriors are known for their power and their offensive magic. Meanwhile, the low fae faction is comprised of fae with limited parasitic magic. They're widely maligned species. To that, they consume human blood, hormones, and even souls. The history of the Fae classes to conflict is not well documented. It appears that there are quarrels between these factions. There's a certain level of disdain for other factions. However, disputes also could turn between fairies of the same faction. Nonetheless, both factions have high Fae deem parasites despicable low Fae due to limited and parasitic nature of their magic. All fae kinds seem to be weak against iron, although a small amount of iron, such as in meat or blood, does not seem to ward off fairies. Historically, cold iron was often forged as weapons and used to repel fairy magic. The intricate use of iron combined with physics and chemistry is applied by Faeologists to develop a special black light to detect and distinguish these magical essence. Beneath the black light, scribe magic appears blue, warrior magic red, and parasitic purple. Ah! Scribe fairies. The scribes are the high fairies. Yes, 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 I want parasitic. Oh my god! Woo Faeology applied to magical beings. We're learning! Notable incident, changeling. There are unconfirmed rumors that some high fae like to capture humans and bring them to fairyland for purposes such as forced reproduction, servitude, and their ritual combat for their amusement and so on. The fairies leave changelings behind to mask their absence. A changeling is composed of several fae, typically of the parasite type, magically transformed to look almost exactly like an abducted human. Due to their complexity of the fae magic to create a changeling, the most enchantment almost goes awry. Anomalies comment, oh my god! This is also a fairy! Turn back into a fairy, Ring! Come out of here! Okay. I'm learning. I'm learning, everybody. We're learning. They were eaten by fairies. Okay, put this back. Put this back. All right, what's our next case? Ida Niblet. Ida Niblet. Tell me about Ida Niblet. Ida Niblet is 64. All these women are older. There's no young women. Manner of death, gnawing her own fingers to the bone. Okay, ate self. All right, that's wild. Middle-aged, affluent women in the city. A friend in the victim reported that she visited the victim's residence to drop off an invitation shortly prior to the victim's death. Also, the friend also wanted to check on the victim's well-being as she had allegedly been acting strangely at the party the night before. According to the friend, she witnessed an emotionally charged conversation between the victim and a young factory girl. However, the friend didn't think much of the interaction at the time. At the crime scene, the invitation card dropped off by the friend was seen close to the victim's corpse and taken into evidence. The forensic report, no traces of drugs or poison, blood type unknown. Other blood-related investigations are underway. No, blood does not contain iron. Where is she? Okay, hold on. The victim, her fingers. I've seen corpses before, but never like this. There's another strange thing about her fingers. And she had the invitation near her. Fuck, that's a file. The invitation. Okay, yes, we were invited to this event. Does it have any fae magic on it? I don't think it does. Can I turn it over? No? Okay, all right. That's fair. Okay. And number 4. Mary Thatcher. Put this away. Put this away. Put this away. Mary Thatcher. All right. What do we got for Mary Thatcher? Oh, where's my... Okay. Mary Thatcher, 19. All right, Mary is the youngest. All right. I'm writing notes like a real human. Manner of death. Death from shock due to arsenic poisoning. Time of death around sick. Oh, arsenic. Despite not fitting the trend of the previous victim profiles, she's been preliminarily included in this case because she was seen having a heated conversation with the third victim shortly before the victim's death. Oh, this was the factory girl! You know, some guys just can't hold their arsenic. Ooh, he had it coming. He had it coming. He had it coming all along. If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it, how could you tell me that I was wrong? Pop, 6, squish, Cicero, lip shits. Okay, I'm sorry. Theater kid spotted. I was not a theater kid! That's from Chicago, baby. Anyway. The victim's father described her as not acting like herself in the days before she passed. Shortly before her death, the victim visited the police station. According to the interviewing officer, she seemed to be on the brink of confessing something when a look of terror suddenly crossed her face, and she appeared to change her mind. She hurriedly left the situation without saying anything further after interviewing the officer. Why does he wish me luck on harvesting blue? Good luck. I don't know what that means, but good luck. Prior to the death, the victim suffered from violent abdominal cramping followed by diarrhea and vomiting, consistent with the effects of arsenic poisoning. Traces of said poison can be found in blood type A in the glass she was drinking from near time of death. Blood contains iron and other elements commonly found in human blood. Poor girl. It's cruel to see youth being stolen so abruptly. I'm gonna assume there's nothing weird about this. Alright, do I think I got all the evidence I need? I absolutely do not. I need this ring to turn into a guy. You are also glowing with fairy power. This guy's also glowing with fairy power. Okay, these are all the victims' deaths. So who is this? That's the Woodridge. That's the Moore family photo. I don't have any other family photos. I just have Moore, who is the old woman. The one with the pearls is the victim. All right. Okay, that's her. Okay. That's the girl with the pearls is the victim. I thought Wazzy was a theater kid. No, I'm a different kind of theater kid. I'm not a theater. To me, theater kids are like the bitches pulling out fucking all the stops. I'm a drama kid. I was like, theater kids are the ones that like are good at acting. I'm like the best at comedy. I'm a little comedy guy. Anyway, I don't know how to make this fucking ring turn into a guy. I've used all my tools on it. And it's not giving me any more hints. Wait, what kind of fucking thing is it? It's from Nectar Bell. What was the name of the woman in the third case? Niblet. Okay, well, I think I've got all the information I can get out of here. Drama and theater go hand in hand. Stop throwing stones at your siblings. I was a theater jester. I was there to entertain the theater kids in between their theater kidding. Signed Ella, who's a minor in theater arts attached with a molecular biology bachelor's because I use the theater department as a fun little retreat from science stress. All right, end the investigation. I will confirm. I think I got everything I know. There's a fairy corpse on my desk. A knock on the door makes me glance up from my desk. I realize the sun had set while I was absorbed. Come in. Oh, Minnie! Dr. Rayford has arrived to drop off the blood samples, and she wants to talk to you. Already? Yes, she's just at the door. And I must say, I'm pleasantly surprised at her speed. All right, send her in. Minnie nods. She returns. Dr. Florence Rayford enters. It has been only 3 years since she has started work at the university, but she has proven her reliability more often than not. Good evening, Professor. Good evening, Doctor. Dr. Rayford hands over the blood samples. She also gives me her lab report. Here you go. Thank you. So what have you found? The most peculiar thing. There's no iron. There's no iron in one of the blood samples. Say, is it fairy related? Her question prompts me to ask myself, to what extent of the case can I divulge to her? Theo did say that I may ask the patron or her for information using some of the evidence. Although she has knowledge of fairies and their curses, she can handle seeing crime scene. Can she handle seeing crime scene photographs? Excuse me, she's a doctor. She's seen more dead bodies than I ever have. As I return from my thoughts, I notice her voice has taken on a higher pitch. This is so exciting! Are you working with the police? Does this mean we'll get better credibility in the eyes of the public? Oh, my! We're going to be in newspapers, aren't we? Not the usual corner spots, too! Oh, I can hardly contain myself! It appears she took my silence as a yes. It's good that she's excited about the possibility of advancement for Faeology, but her cheerful disposition can sometimes be rather overstimulating. As if on cue, a knock on the door arrived to spare me. This specific sounds familiar, more familiar than when my assistant knocks. Oscar! Special delivery. Mr. Henkel's hands are empty. This is the other guy! That's the other guy! We were putting our bets on this guy! And what prey might you be bringing for me? Okay, but hold on. I'm kind of into it. Kakashi, of course you're fucking into it. You like old gray-haired men. Is it you? Are you the special delivery? Ah, god damn it. If you wish to call me special, then I certainly won't stop you. But I did bring a box of huckleberry muffins for your office. You can call me Huckleberry. Kakashi isn't that old. He's a teacher! The man's 40! Minerva was instantly enamored by their buttery scent. She's currently feasting upon them. We can only hope she'll leave a muffin apiece for the rest of us. Oh, hello there, Florence. Somebody hit Kakashi with the fucking spray bottle. I didn't expect to see you in the office. Hello, Mr. Hink. Oh, hello, Mr. Hinkley. Fancy seeing you here. Although you do have a habit of making this office your sole stop on campus. She chuckles. That's just because this is where all my money went. A well-spent investment, nonetheless. He makes a retort at Dr. Rayford, but throwing a subtle smile in my direction. How cheeky. Good, I like my corner. Fuck you guys. And he's like 47 in Boruto. He was only in his 30s in Naruto, and his 30s is old, and you're old, and so am I. Turn your head and cough, Kakashi lover. It's time for our prostate exams, everybody. So, Florence, what's been occupying your time as of late? She looks at me briefly, possibly wondering whether she should tell him about what she did for me. The usual matters, I suppose. Tired. I tried asking your father about you at the last soiree. However, he confessed he didn't have the faintest idea. You must tell me more about your alchemical research one of these days. The colorful pursuits of young academics thrill me to no end. Nope! We're going for the cop, I guess! We're going for the cops! I'm not the only one who thinks maturity is sexy. 0 out of 10. This is a 0 out of 10. We're not dating this guy? Are we saying no? Kakashi's the only one who wants to fuck this old man. You know I can't share all that much, Mr. Hinkley. Unless, of course, you find yourself in the position to become the chemistry department's benefactor, then all their secrets are yours. More playful giggle escapes her lips this time. I'm afraid I'm all tapped out, financially speaking. Oh, not buying that one, not for a second. He's telling fibs, isn't he, Professor? Well, I certainly don't want to get in the middle of the money talk of the rich. I wish I had that information, Doctor. It would make for promising research much easier. Proposing for research much easier. With a bit delicate leverage, naturally. Mr. Hinkley laughs in amusement. I feel I should ask the reason he's here before this conversation takes an odd turn. Yeah, I got murders to solve. All you get out of my office, I gotta solve a murder. On another note, Mr. Hinkley, did you get my letter? Is that the real reason you dropped by? Upon recalling that I asked Oz to insert the letter into his mailbox only this afternoon, I'm about to retract these questions. Unexpectedly, though, he bows his head. Your words always had this immense impact on me. Perhaps this is why you're such an effective educator. Whenever I counter your written language, I long to hear it spoken post-haste. Both these dudes want on my dick. I don't like this feeling. Are you putting a spell on your letters by chance? I think you're the one with all the spells, Mr. Hinkley, and the dollar bills. Your muffins, for one, are always been successful of getting Minnie's guard down. Oh dear, you two are making me blush. I suppose it's time I take my leave and let you both be. I'm due somewhere shortly anyhow. Oh no, that might not be necessary. I can't stay long either. Mr. Hinckley lapses into silence, but he continues staring in my eyes. It's difficult to maintain eye contact with him, but even harder to look away. I wonder what I should do. I ought to discuss the case, but both of them seem to be in a hurry. Should I tell Mr. Hinckley to return on another day since we have an important conversation with Dr. Rayford right away? Or should I dismiss the chemist and meet with my patron now? There are benefits to either choice. Soliciting Dr. Rayford's opinion on the case may be a good idea. She could share more insight on the chemistry side of the case. Her parents own a successful company that produces powder makeup in the evidence. She would know the social happenings among the wealthy. Oh, yeah, I'm taking a doctor! On the other hand, Mr. Hinckley also has a valuable candidate for interview. His connections with high society knows no bounds. Everybody seems to know him one way or another. He might know things Dr. Rayford doesn't. And since he's been funding my research for a long time, I'm also more familiar with the fairy topic. Whom should I interview? I gotta go with the doctor! Doctor, help me! Dr. Rayford, would you mind staying a little longer? I'd like to hear your opinion about something. Dr. Rayford glances at me, then Mr. Hinckley, then back to me with a glimmer of mischief in her smile. Are you sure, Professor? I let her resigned sigh. Sometimes it can be quite difficult to deal with her teasing. Yes. When I address my patron once more, I regret colors my tone. Mr. Hinckley, would you mind coming back another day? I've got murders to solve. I have something crucial to discuss with the doctor at present. Of course, I understand your scientific pursuits precede all else. I wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you for dropping off those muffins. He only replies with a smile. I'll see you soon, right? As soon as possible, I promise. Dr. Hinckley and Dr. Rayford exchange brief goodbyes. My patron departs. I'm alone with the chemist. Doctor, I might need you to further assistance regarding the blood samples, and also, there's something more pressing. So it's true! You are working with the police! I suppose. Detective Krause consulted me this morning about an ongoing criminal case. Oh, do I sense an old flame flickering back to life? Shut the fuck up! People are dying, Elizabeth! I didn't catch her first name. Your eyes are tricking you, Doctor. It has been ashes for a long time now, and nothing has changed. There's a hint of disbelief in her eyes, but it won't indulge in her playful teasing as there's more important matters at hand. This isn't the time to talk about my love life! People are dying! I clear my throat. So I would like to ask for information, as you may be acquainted with some of the victims, or her friends and families. All right. Oh, Florence. God damn it, Florence. People are dying. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. Thank you, although I do need your sworn secrecy on this. Of course. I'm adept at keeping secrets. You need not worry. Those samples I analyzed are part of the evidence in this case, right? That's right. Let us begin. I tell her the fundamental facts of the case while she listens silently, all the while. When I finish my summation, she only has one word to say to me. Interesting. Okay, listen here, lady. The makeup. Oh, my parents' greatest achievement. This is the one things I wanted to ask you, Doctor. I don't know much about makeup. How popular this is among how popular this powder is amongst high society. The powder has been the craze lately among the upper class since my parents have successfully gotten Mary Pickford to do its advertisement. Oh, Mary Pickford. Well, I'll be. What about this Moore family photo? This is Miss Moore and her family. Could you tell me what you know of them? Well, I've heard that when Miss Moore's biological parents passed away, she was adopted by her parents' trusted employees, for whom she received a lot of love. These employees couldn't have children, you see. Her biological parents left her a substantial inheritance, which she received when she came of age. When she was married, out of love, to a wealthy entrepreneur, they were hand in hand wherever they went. It's a sad thing. Her luck seemed to slip away just when she needed it most. Dr. Rayford seems to know more about Miss Moore than she let on. Well, she sounds quite sympathetic. I can somehow sense hints of jealousy in her voice. Oh, yeah? Then would it surprise you to know that Susan Moore... Where's the Susan Moore is dead? Susan Moore is dead! Miss Moore! She seems to recognize the victim quite fast. We've met once or twice at a clothing store and exchanged a few pleasantries. Occasionally, I would see her with her husband at various dinner parties as well. They were a lovely couple. Okay, well, what about this family photo? Oh, yes, it was everywhere in the newspaper when her father married the famous and one of the most beautiful socialites. The other man here is Miss Woolridge's stepbrother. Do you know anything about these people? Aside from being fabulously wealthy and well-known, not particularly. All right, well then, what about this ring? My, are you proposing to me, Professor? I'm afraid my heart still belongs to my late husband. I can hear sorrow seeping through her peppy voice. Quietly, I slip the ring back into the box. What about this dead bug? A dead bug? Is this part of evidence? Fuck. Okay. What about this invitation? This is tomorrow's gala. I will not be going since the opera is playing. I didn't know you were into the opera, Doctor. My late husband and I used to go there for one of our date nights. Sadness leaks through her eyes, even though her smile stays bright. I hadn't the faintest idea she'd married before. Speaking of which, I spotted Detective Croce at the Met during last month's performance. He appeared to be enjoying the opera, accompanied by an attractive, tall blonde woman. It was an unexpected sight. I never took him for an admirer of the opera. Well, that's a new one. Huh. What else can you tell me? Okay, blood sample of, this is Nidbit. Oh, they're both of Nidbit? Oh, this one's of Mary. Tell me about the blood. I found traces of arsenic in this blood sample. That makes sense. She's the one that drank the arsenic. Yes, it was reported by the forensic team. One wonders, well, who could have done such a thing to the poor girl. Actually, chemists do sell arsenic to common people to make their own weed killer and rat poison. I haven't done that in some time, not since the university contract, but I'm sure the detective has his henchmen to collect purchase records from chemists all over the city, don't you think? All right, tell me about the other blood sample. Oh yes, the most intriguing piece of evidence. It's weird, isn't it? That doesn't contain iron at all. Not even though it looks just like human blood. Not to mention the high percentage of phosphorus. Would you let me know if it ended up being a fairy after all? Only if I'm allowed. There isn't any insight to chemistry as why there would be no iron in red-colored blood? Sadly, no. I'm just as puzzled myself. Okay, what about the... Oh, I can't give her any of the case files. Okay, what about Woolridge? Wait, where's the one that drank her own blood? Susan Moore, the bitch who drank her own blood. Miss Moore. Oh, yeah. This. Okay, we showed her that one already. Right. Okay. Ha! There's no sound to be heard as she stares at the photograph for a while. I wonder if it's too much for her. Is this Miss Woolridge? It's a little difficult to recognize her because of the, well... She speaks... Her speak is usually sunny lilt, which is quite surprising. I guess she has a strong stomach. Yes, you're correct. What do you know of her? Everyone knows her family, that's pretty sure. They're one of the richest in the family, elites of the elites. According to their circle, it consists only of very selective people, such as your patron, I imagine. Oh, and their family likes to host charity events. Did you ever know her to dabble in occult matters? Unfortunately, what I told you previously is all I know of her. If she did dabble, do you think maybe her manner of death is a result of occult manners? It is a possibility. I'm doing a terrible job. Arsenic poisoning! Do you happen to know this girl? Unfortunately, no, I don't know her. Fuck! What about this bitch? Oh yes, I know her, although I can't seem to recall her name. It's Miss Nibspit. Oh, that's right. I saw her quite often at the auction. Only going for rare coins. Oh, Miss Nisbet had the coin. Ah, Miss Nisbet had the coin that turned into a bug. As usual, the winning bid was hers. I wonder if some of those coins carried some sort of curse, since they came from God knows where. It's surprising that she seemed rather unfazed by quite the gruesome photographs. I wonder if she's seen worse death caused by chemicals. Even though I had seen worse, I doubt I would muster such cheer. I've never realized this peculiar side of her. All right, end my interview. I think I've given her everything I need to give her. This photo, Miss Moore and her family. Yeah, I gave her the Miss Moore and family. Okay. Was adopted. She was adopted. And the other family, I think I gave her a picture of the other family photo. Okay. Yeah, end interview. Okay, confirm. I learned one thing. I believe we have enough information for now. Is that so? Well, all right. Earlier you mentioned you had a prior arrangement, so I won't keep you any longer. Thank you for your time. You've been incredibly helpful. It's no problem. Don't hesitate to reach out if you require anything else. I give her a brief nod. Dr. Rayford then departs from my office. I'm alone again, but not for long. My assistant pops in. Professor, I'm heading home soon. Is there anything else I can do to help? No, I'll be fine. I think I'll stay and work for a bit longer. Okay, see you tomorrow, Professor. Have a safe trip home, Minnie. Upon wishing me the same, Minnie leaves. I still have some time to wrap up my work day and head home from the office. All right. I got my 4 case files. I got a lab report. Fuck yeah! Looking in the lab case files. This is Dr. Rayford's lab report on the blood samples. The content is quite similar to a forensic report. While the amyloids similarly found in human blood, such as phosphorus, carbohydrates, and some proteins, are found in the third victim's blood, it doesn't contain iron. No iron. And she's the one that had the coin that turned into the bug. Moreover, the amount of phosphorus found with a higher percentage than normal blood, making it possible for this blood to be blood of a fairy. The fourth victim's blood appears to be normal human blood with iron present. Traces of arsenic also found. Although there is some new information, I expected the report to be more detailed. Then again, I did ask her to finish it as soon as possible, and she delivered. Okay, here we go, everybody. Whose victim's blood? Ada Nisbet. This is the bitch that got the coin that turned into a thing, and she also fucking ate herself to death. That's what my things say. Yeah, she's got fairy blood. Yep. She got fairy blood in there. It's not gonna give me a helpful little hint? No helpful little hint with the fairy blood? No? Okay, what about regular blood? Nope, regular. Okay, fairy blood, regular. Arsenic poisoning, regular. Alright. I've read somewhere that most insects don't have iron in their blood. Arsenic, huh? Okay, well, I can tell a fairy did this, but I can't tell you how or why or what anything. I haven't found a single... I can't even begin to think how her husband must feel losing his soulmate this way. Can I learn anything else? No surprise, this powder has been all the rage with the upper set. They managed to get Mary Pickford for the advertisements. That must have been where I knew it from. Can we perform gnome taxidermy? Maybe we can! Maybe we can put this blood into this guy. Put this blood into this guy. Nope. This blood into this guy. Nope. There's nothing new. Good thing the beautiful developer gave me a guide. It just tells me how to get the different endings. All right, well, end investigation. I have no idea. It's a mystery. It's a motherfucking mystery, crew. Scooby-Doo. All right. It's the next afternoon. Holy shit. I should be grading assignments. or reviewing the lecture I'm going to deliver come Monday, or do anything productive in the realm of professorial duties. Instead, I find my attention straying more and more towards the office door. I voice my frustrations to good old Oz. Theo will probably arrive any moment. I can't stop wondering whether my explanation will be enough for him. In the past, no sort of explanation ever seemed to please him when it came to fairies. And why should it do so now? My voice cracks with concern. This time he came to you bearing the mind of possibility of fairy involvement. He'd be a fool if he discredits you so soon. My fairy companion chirps becomes increasingly stern this time. But you need to get yourself together. You must retain steadfast and strong when facing the detective. Don't you permit your voice to falter when presenting your findings. I know, I can't let myself unravel at this point. It's just, he's never solicited my opinion in quite this matter. A professional insight, no less. All the reason to be more calm, as you can be. Oh, hi, Spark Flare. How do you feel about Jolene, and who are your top 10 Jorblos? Listen, Rohan, number 1. But no matter what happens, at least you tried. At the end of the day, he's the one that needs to solve this case. Yeah, I'm just a fucking professor. I don't gotta do shit. You're right. Of course you are. I'm not a detective. I'm simply a professor sharing my perspective. Thank you, Oz, for always talking me off the ledge. Just then, somebody knocks on my door. That's my cue to sail past your window ledge. Best of luck! I whisper a hurried goodbye to my fairy friend. I will see you tonight, Oz. Once Oz has flown out, I direct my attention towards the door. Come in! My assistant marches in. Professor, you have a visitor. The detective? Minnie nods. All right, send the bitch in. I will snack, hydrate, and stretch. Thank you. Oh. Oh, crew, I forgot to mention, snack of the day is, of course, goldfish crackers. This was brought to you by Goldfish Crackers. Not sponsored, but they're the smiling snack that smiles back. Also, welcome back, Hog Hunter. I'm glad the fence is fixed. Just done eating lunch, boiled chicken, green beans, and rice. Actually, that sounds dope. Minnie nods once again and walks out of the room. All right, hot detective man. Theo paces around a little bit after strolling in. He appears quite distracted. He finally stops and opens his mouth. So what have you learned? I take a deep breath. Here it goes. I have to present my findings to perhaps the most sought-after detective on the police force. Theo investigates cases right where the crime scene unfolded. He's agonizingly familiar with the grit and grime of the city's dark recesses. Meanwhile, as a professor, my expertise primarily revolves around the nebulous and theoretical. I must do my best to stay calm, collected, and just as Oz suggested. I've read the case files. Victims' odd behavior shortly before death could be due to hypnotic spells from fairies. The fourth victim went to the police station, but before she said anything, it seems she saw something that scared her away. What if she saw something not human? Boop, boop, boop. And the manner of death. He interrupts me before I can finish. I have no time for assumptions. The papers telephoned our department this morning. They said they found out about some of these deaths. So that's why he looks agitated. The chief is preparing a statement for tomorrow regarding this. So just cut to the chase. Is there fairy involvement? Yeah. Yeah, there is. I saw a dead fairy. A dead fairy came out of a coin. Yes, I'm certain of it. I can tell his interest is piqued. However, I'd like to firstly lay out the basics, since I'm pretty sure you've disregarded the things I've told you in the past. He grumbles as if admission of my statement. So far, we've identified 3 classes of fairy: warrior, scribe, and parasite fae. Warriors have strong offensive magic. Scribe's magic tends to be defensive, and parasite's magic is, well, parasitic. We Faeologists have developed a tool called Blacklight to detect traces of fae magic. It can even detect through photographs if the magic is especially strong. Oh no, I didn't blacklight the fucking things! Ow, son of a bitch! I didn't blacklight the photographs! Warrior's magic grows red, scribe magic blue, and parasitic magic shines purple. I found seemingly interesting fairies for one specific class are behind this. Which one is the culprit? Okay, we found a parasitic fae, but like, I don't think that's the one that did it. I think it's the dudes with the strong offensive magic, because they turned that bitch into wood. Like, parasites don't come into wood. Like, they don't have the... Oh god, I'm just gonna... Oh god, I'm gonna fuck this. Oh god. We are the warriors. They're from the warrior class. What is the evidence? Oh, wait! The blood sample. Yeah! The blood. Yeah! How does this prove warrior involvement? Because he stole all the iron out of his fucking blood! I slot the blood sample beneath the black light and show him the magic traces. You see, there's a purple and red under the black light. Oh yeah, it was purple and red. How do purple traces or parasitic magic, as you say, have a part in this? The blood is fairy blood. Right? We said that, right? That was the thing we said? It's fairy blood. That's because his blood is fairies and their blood contains traces of their own magic. This is supported by the blood sample of analysis. Fairies' blood has high content of phosphorus, just like reported. Adding to that, the missing iron. Fairies have an aversion towards iron. They don't have it in their blood. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Okay. They can still, however, withstand the iron of human. That's some parasitic fae like to drink in our blood. As I ramble on, Theo listens intently with a slightly surprised look on his face every time I start a new sentence. Are the fae trying to turn people into the fae or vice versa? I think they are. I think it was a fail. Like, I think that we were talking about the changelings. I think this is like transformation magic. To be honest, I'm out of words at the moment. You got anything else? I mean, I've got a dead fairy. I mean, I've got this dead fairy. How does this prove warrior's involvement? Because it's a dead fairy! I put the dead fae beneath the black light. This is a dead parasitic fae. Look, it glows purple and red under the black light. I take it their bodies will glow even after they're dead? Correct. It takes a while for their magic to fully dissipate from the corpse. It honestly just looks like a normal bug to me. Hold on 1 second. I turn the shelves and pick up the boxes containing the deceased insect for my ongoing research. I open the lid and show it to Theo. I found this one dying just yesterday. It died shortly after. Swiftly, I put it beneath the black light. A normal one doesn't glow, you see. Theo's expression is a blend of amusement and bewilderment. Quite interesting. And how does it end up here? Parasitic fae fed off the victim's life source, which became a casualty of murder or failed transformation magic. It was failed because it came from a coin. It came from a fucking coin. This is a parasitic fae that got wrapped by a coin due to transformation magic going awry. The coin and the evidence turned this when I put it under the blacklight long enough, essentially revealing what it really was. So the third victim, Mrs. Nisbet, what about her? Mr. Hinckley said she was numerous coin collections displayed in all rooms of her house. This particular coin must have been nearby when she met her fate. I can see a feeling of unease reflected in Theo's expression as he stares at me. I need a moment to digest all this. I nod and take a moment to arrange the box neatly before placing it back on the shelves. What else you got? The fucking ring that's glowing? How does it prove warrior involvement? I placed the ring beneath the blacklight. You see, Miss Moore's ring glows purple and red under the blacklight, which it did. My favorite stand is Crazy Diamond. That's cool. But why does it glow purple as well? It's part of the magic. It's part of the magic. That's because the ring is part of transformation magic. I'm probably fucking this up. When the parasitic fae is transformed into a changeling or a human lookalike, high fae magic is able to copy everything, including Miss Moreau's wedding ring. There's a sudden silence in the air as Theo's eyes widen in consideration. What the hell are we dealing with here? He mutters in a voice that is filled with dismay. It appears to be strong evidence pointing towards warrior involvement. Based on what you've shown me, parasitic fairies are, one way or the other, connected to the matter of killing. But you also haven't told me how the warrior fairies kill victims. Fucking magic! What do you want from me? Give it to me straight. How do you figure the murders were carried out? Fucking magic! Warriors were directed parasitic underlings to sap life, causing ossification and severe hallucinations. Warriors replaced victims with changelings and killed the changelings with ossification and hallucination spells. Or warriors' ossification and hallucination spells killed the victims with nearby fucking parasitic fae. I don't know! They probably stole them to make changelings. Those aren't the real victims! Those people are dead! I'm gonna... Fucking magic. I don't fucking know, buddy. The warrior high fae used transformation magic to turn parasitic fae humans to look alike in their victims, which are all often called changelings. Also, I'm going to look at fucking... I looked at this fucking walkthrough. I think I gotta get Oscar. Because it turns out that's probably... I think I fucked up. I ain't gotta explain shit. Yeah! Don't make me do your detective work for you, detective asshole! I take out crime scene photographs of middle-aged victims and lay them on the table. Using the magnifying glass, I show the oddity of the victims' hands to Theo. This is one of the possible anomalies that makes this happen due to the complexity of transformation magic used in creating changeling. As famous ladies' families are, it would have been a big thing in the papers if they had 6 fingers from when they were children. Gaswazi is cheating. They gave me the cheat code! They said to get Theo, I have to, what is it? It says, to get Theo, I have to reach out to check the box and ask for his thoughts and make him see reason and accept the challenge. And I think I fucked up on all of that. Yeah, that's it. I don't seem to remember anything like that in the newspapers, do you? No, me neither. Theo looks away as though trying to remember all the newspapers he has read. It also explains the missing iron in the blood sample, since corpses are not human. I wait until Theo meets my gaze before continuing. They murdered the changelings using ossification and hallucination magic. It was done to cover up what they really did to the humans. I read a book like this once. It was called The Replicants, or The Replacements. It's a really good book, actually. It was literally about little gnomes that made replicas of people and then put the replicas in the place. And then the story is about one of those replicas, and it lived past the time it was supposed to. What? They really did, like, what? It can be anything. The real humans might be kidnapped to the fairyland, destined to wed certain fairies and bring forth offspring. They're stealing them for babies! Or be employed as a slave. That's what I figured. Or tortured for amusement until they die. I shiver at the thought of what is happening to the poor ladies. Theo appears to be unsettled by the same thoughts as well. Hold on, are you saying they might still be alive? There is a chance. Yet the realm of fairies is still an enigma, even those who study their kind. The Faeologists in this university barely have met any living fairies. You're aware of how fresh this field is within academia, aren't you? Theo nods. It pains me to admit that I genuinely do not know how to get them back. I will keep trying nonetheless. Replicants Blade Runner theme? We both fell silent, even though the heavy weight has settled in our throats, refusing to budge. We can also look at this case from another angle. The motives. Based on your investigation, what would be the rationale? Oh, fuck, I have no fucking idea. It's difficult to pinpoint the reason why fairies would do what they do, since they don't follow humans or morality. However, I found that warriors are targeting people blessed by the scribes. Warriors murder parasitic fairies because they're despicable low fays. Yeah, but they're stealing humans. They're stealing humans. Warriors' hatred towards humans may be the cause. If they're wedding them, they don't hate them. They need them for babies. Maybe for love. They don't hate humans. It might be this or it might be this. I have no idea. Crew, what are we thinking? Reminds me of an R.R. Stein book. A Goosebumps book, if you will. I love Goosebumps. For love, for lunch meat. Fuck, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Scribes. I don't fucking... They don't hate humans, I can tell you that much. They're stealing people because they're stealing people. They're not doing it just to kill the parasitic fairies. Three middle-aged women are blessed by scribe fays, shown as the sigil on one of their hands. Oh, I didn't even see that. I am bluffing my way through this entire investigation. I say as I hover the black light type over top of the fairy photographs one by one. As mentioned before, specifically strong magic can be seen through photographs. Yes, I remember. He answers while taking the black light out of my hand and checking the sigils himself. 2 sigils light up on Mrs. Woodward's family photograph and none on Mr. Moore's. The sigil is assigned as blessing by one of the scribe fae, usually given when someone has done a very special boon for a scribe. It gives good fortune, it's passed down through generations. As you know, middle-aged victims and their families are old, rich families that have stayed on top for many decades. That's how strong the magic is. Mr. Moore was adopted. That's why it was only her who has it. Her late biological parents hailed from a distinguished, affluent lineage. Theo points to the faces in Mrs. Woolridge's photographs. And he's the biological father while the other 2 are step-family? I nod at him. I'm positively sure that we should check into Mrs. Niblet's photograph. She and her children would display the same sigils. I'll see what I can do. Oh, it's also meant for warning not to harm the other marked human. I guess that warning didn't work in this case. No, it didn't. I suppose it doesn't make sense, and it's a pattern. Yes, this might be targeted murders. Then he casts a glance my way and an air of satisfaction around him and breaks into a smile. Good job! My, considering how rarely he gives commendations, this sounds like a compliment of a lifetime. I feel my confidence going through the roof. Thank you. Yay! Lastly, I found on the poor girl Mary Thatcher. Any connection to fairies? The chemist's report are similar to the case on fairies. The blood is normal human, traces of arsenic. I didn't find any signs of fairy magic from the evidence. She mentioned that you might already be collecting purchase records from alchemists all over the city. That's right. We're still investigating whether someone has a link to the girl. I see. The chemist's parents own a cosmetic company that produces the makeup and powders as evidence. She said it's popular among the upper class ladies since they've gotten Mary Pickford to do the advertisements. He picks up a small notebook and a pen from his trench coat and starts writing. I'm not sure this is useful. Every scrap of information counts. I had to note the things we talked about today as well. Your findings really threw me for a loop. I forgot to take notes. Of course, take your time. Meanwhile, while Theo is writing, I tidy my desk and put the evidence back in the box. Anything else you got? That's all for now. He puts the notebook and pen back in his coat. He heaves a heavy sigh, so I believe he has the weight of the city on his shoulders. Even so, when he looks at me, there's a glint of something that wasn't there before. There's something sweet and almost kind. A fleck of illumination is all the more stark since we started this discussion. It's hope, perhaps. A tiny, delicate thing blooming in this room to counteract the overwhelming darkness and despair. Always knew you were clever. I'm a fucking teacher, Theodore! But I have to say, you've outdone yourself this time. I'm impressed. From start to finish, you were able to line up the evidence perfectly with your theories. I fucking bluffed my way through this entire investigation, my good bitch. I couldn't even open the case file for a good 7 minutes. Everything makes perfect sense. I can't believe he's saying all this. I'm feeling like $1,000,000. Thank you, Theo. It means so much coming from you. I haven't always told you you'd make a good detective. Yes, he has. It feels nostalgic all of a sudden. Feels like such a long time ago. That got a smirk out of him. Well, we've still got our work cut out for us. But at least for now, innocent people will get thrown in jail, thanks to you. Oh my god, I did a good thing! I just need to convince the chief and the papers. Though with your findings, it sure would make it a lot easier. If anyone can pull it off, it's you. Even that, with that ragamuffin look, there's still something about you that makes people listen to you and trust you. Well now, you did fall for this ragamuffin. And how do you know it wasn't your constant brush with danger that drew me in? Oh, I know. I'm short of a comeback for once. He knows how to catch me off guard. All of a sudden, the playful glint in his eye disappears, replaced with a serious stare. Listen, I might have to bring up your name in my report. I can't predict how the papers will handle this, but it's possibility they'll mention you in Faeology. This is good for your field, of course, but it could draw unwanted, dangerous attention your way. Oh my god, are you gonna protect me, Mr. Detective? I'll be fine, Theo. I can protect myself. This is what the field needs. Indeed, you're more than capable of taking care of yourself. I know that very well. I do appreciate you worrying over me. Theo's concern seems to fade. He lets out a sigh of relief. Well, this day's certainly been a ride. He glances at his wristwatch. I've still got time until I have to get back to the station. Fancy a drink with me? You can tell me more about fairies. I'll listen with less judgment this time. Fuck, my voice is going. Just like I promised. I don't know if that's a good idea. Oh, I get it. Besides, I gotta finish some work. All right. I better get going then. Be sure to take care of yourself. Same goes for you. I get back to work grading the remaining assignments. When that's over, I summon my assistant. Do you need anything, Professor? Yes, Minnie, you. Slide all the evidence off my desk and have my way with Minnie. I'm in a celebratory mood. Do you want to have a drink with me? Fuck yeah, the Minnie ending! Yeah, yeah! Why not? It's Friday. Fuck yeah! What are we celebrating? A good day's work for you and me. Yeah! Yeah! Yeah, me and Minnie! Oh my god, ending number 3, a good day's work. Let me find out what that means. Wait, let me find out what that means. Without following anyone's route. I fucked up both relationships. Are you fucking telling me I'm ruthless? I fucked up both? 3 ending is a good day's work and ending without following anyone's route. I had the chance to chase 2 dudes who were really into me and I fucked up both of them? Are you fucking kidding me? My patron has stopped by to discuss a research project that I've been considering. Now that Faeology might get increased credibility, especially with the police, do you think we should examine the prevalence of strange death caused by fairies? Don't you think, Mr. Hinckley? The police might agree to help us collect the data. I'm not so sure about that. It would take time for the police to trust us to that extent. Besides, wouldn't it be more pressing to focus on your research on Warrior Face? We have to talk! Oh, God! Oh! Okay, everyone's here! Before I can respond, two individuals suddenly barge into my office. Sorry, I tried to stop him, but I couldn't. Even though I've told him you're in a meeting right now. It's okay, Minnie. You can let me handle this. If you say so, Professor. Minnie grumbles as Theo as she walks out. No, Minnie, stay! I love you, Minnie! They were into you until they got to know you. What's eating you, Theo? Theo doesn't so much glance at Mr. Hinckley. He unfurls a rolled-up newspaper from the inner pocket of his coat. He hands it to me. Oh no. At a glance, I could see the phrase, fairies are real, evil is afoot, and fairies killing humans spelled out in bold, oversized letters. As I begin reading, my patron peers over my shoulder to read as well. It's not the chief's statement that made the front page, but another bizarre murder, and this time, the victim is a beloved celebrity. She danced until her body gave out. Oh, that's just the dancing plague! Did that happen in the 1905s, everybody? They wrote out excessively grisly details connected to her death. Moreover, the reports surrounding the other homicides have been thoroughly sensationalized and exaggerated. They've depicted fairies as evil enemies of mankind and in some parts even insulate the war between beings as brewing. Reading all this makes my heart sink and my stomach turn. I need to put the paper down for a moment. This is truly awful. I've already checked the crime scene. The details of the latest incident look similar to what we've uncovered in the previous murders. Fuck it up is what I'm doing. Given everything, I'd say fairies definitely in the picture here. Though it's still hard to make heads or tails of this. It's very difficult to grasp their motives, but judging by the methods and frequency, I'd have to say this is significant. Something this big might be going on in the land of fairies. As the conversation unfolds, Mr. Hinckley appears to be deep in thought. I need you to check something real quick. Theo gives me a photograph of the celebrity. Knowing exactly what he wants, I retrieve the blacklight from my drawer and examine it closely. Both Theo and Mr. Hinckley peek over my shoulder to see a sigil. The same one is on the other three victims' hands. Oh, no! I suppose we can now establish that these are targeted murders. I nod at him. For some reason, Mr. Hinckley is nodding with me. Although the fourth victim, Mary Hatcher, doesn't have the sigil, does she? Did you find anything more about it? Theo shakes his head, leaving behind a troubled look. Nobody in the purchase records has strong links to the girl. We're asking around here and there. The girl was a saint. Everybody loved her. The squabble with Niz and Edbit is the strongest lead we have. A striking realization dawns upon me. What if a fairy transformed into a human purchased the poison? What? They can do that? Suddenly, Mr. Hinckley's familiar voice fills the room after a long stretch of silence. Oh, yes, Detective. Although, when a fairy shifts into a human shape, they cannot assume the identity of somebody already living. Your culprit may be a name on the list, but one that doesn't truly exist. I give a nod in agreement with his words, feeling slightly proud of my patron as reading all the knowledge his university has to offer. Wait, that just goes in the face of everything we just learned about these other girls maybe being alive. Theo flinches at Mr. Hinckley's input, clearly having dismissed him as part of the furniture. Then he scoffs. Theo! All I get from Theo is a shrug. Surprisingly, he turns towards the patron. From what I've come to understand, fairy magic is more than capable of doing the killing. No need for poison. But I won't discard the possibility. Mr. Hinckley only replies with a smile. Well, that's certainly a rare occurrence. Theo goes back to ignoring Mr. Hinckley and talks directly to me. I should mention I've gotten permission for you to check the crime scene. Come with me tomorrow. I'll see what I can do. All right, I've got to go. I'm leaving the newspaper here. There are more articles about Faeology that you should read. Without more of a word of goodbye to Mr. Hinckley, Theo turns and leaves. I pick up the paper again and continue reading while Mr. Hinckley silently reads alongside me. The field of Faeology is indeed mentioned quite remarkably, but its loyalty to humankind is under scrutiny. Although police chief spoke of our help. The papers continue to raise doubts about involvement in these killings. Is Faeology University a friend or a foe? And that is the end of Death and Faeology, everybody. The prologue. Great job to the entire team. Lely, Emissa, Furman. I think it was actually Lely that reached out to me, I think. BL Dartman, Lulu Cat, Apple Cider Donut. Incredible fucking work. If you guys want to wish list this and review it, I'm sure the developer would love that. Throw it on your wish list. Have a good time with it. My phone is ringing and I have no idea where it is. They also have another game. I guess I'll show off. Sorry, that was my alarm. Let me show off their other game, Ukami Okami. This is the one we kind of saw yesterday. It's this one. It's this one right here. It's you're a wolf girl and you died, and now there's hot silver-haired dudes that Kakashi would certainly love to date. So that's that for the fucking for Death and Faeology. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I really like this one, and I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of it. Yeah, I had a decent time with this, even though I kind of fucked up shit. It's fine. It's fine. I can fuck up shit. I guess I must have got most things right. It said I must have got most things right because I got a good ending, which said you did mostly right, and you didn't do things, and you didn't riz anybody, which sucks ass because they were both so into me. And then I opened my mouth the way it always goes. Anyway, let's take a look at the memes. Let's see what we got for some memes. Here's some memes from yesterday from the Game Awards for you guys. If you weren't there, we've got some Game Award memes, just from us in the Discord server watching it. We got Snake drops in to see how the Game Awards is going with crew, but then Wazzy immediately posts a picture of Leon Kennedy with his entire dick out. His entire dick is not out! Shaft does not equal dick. Watching the Game Awards with crew and there's a dog. I made that one. And Wazzy after the Game Awards. I guess I'll explain this one for people that weren't there. I had a hole in my pants, but as Game Awards went further and further, I just kept making the hole in my pants bigger and bigger. And by the end of the Game Awards, basically when the Warhammer got going, I started actively ripping my pants because I was like, I'm bored. So I started actively ripping. And by the time we were on the solo leveling demonstration, I was full on hulking out of my pants. It was those are in the, yeah, this is exactly what happened here. This is exactly what happened. I ripped my pants out of boredom. When the world's greatest detective is going to solve your murder case, he lets Wazzy try to solve it. How fucking dare you? Old men need to grinder my loins. No, bad Kakashi. What the fuck? Will you keep proving to crew that you're restless as fuck? No, I tried my best. Oh, God. You're calling me restless because I fucked up? Was he getting the mini ending? Hey, I liked mini. I want a mini ending. Crew calling you restless, but you're just a bisexual disaster? Hey, what the fuck? What the fuck? Anyway, you guys are rude to me. Anyway, I'm back tomorrow. I'm actually taking Matt's stream spot. This is going to sound crazy, but I'm actually going to take Matt's stream spot, and I'm going to be streaming, what the fuck am I, where's the fucking stream schedule? There it is. Nope, this one. This is the one I want. I'm going to be streaming Butter Side Down tomorrow. It's a very smart one, so luckily I have Matt with me. It's gonna be a great one. It's gonna be a great time. Butter Side Down, and then I'll be back on Sunday, and then Monday is Love Limit, and then that'll be the end of the Choose Wisely Festival. But yeah, I had a great time. What are your thoughts on the art? Where's the art? Oh, it's in fan work? Mommy, I found contraband. I'm gonna take it. You motherfucker, gonna put you into space! Nugget can't hold onto the Wazzy for much longer. Anyway, that's been our stream for the day. I'm gonna send you guys to a fucking unverified babysitter. I'm gonna find you guys an unverified babysitter. Wholly, completely, just some fucking guy. Let's find some fucking guy we don't know, possibly doing the Choose Wisely Festival. There is some dudes doing the Choose Wisely Festival. This person's doing Irene the Window. These people contacted me too, but I don't have it in my schedule to be able to do it. So I'm going to send you to this highly unqualified babysitter. And you have a great time. Until tomorrow, kick names, take ass, get the fuck out of my house. I will see you bitches tomorrow. Don't forget to say nice things and wish list the games that you liked and all that usual shit. Until next time, get the fuck out of my house. Okay, bye.
Top tier, but no